Hey, everybody. Well, as we come up on our 1 year health anniversary, we just wanted to take a moment and tell you our story.
Yeah, so about a year ago in March of 2020, really I had a major health crisis that happened. I'd had doctors telling me for years that I needed to lose weight. I've been on blood pressure medication, cholesterol medication. I've had some kidney issues. It was kind of a long list, sleep apnea of stuff. And doctors were telling me for years that I needed to lose weight. And basically in March of 2020, I started having these weird symptoms. I ended up in early April, after this has been building for like a month or so. In early April, I ended up going to the emergency room. If you know anything about blood sugar, it's supposed to be around 100. And that day when I went to the emergency room, my blood sugar was over 1400. And so I spent 4 days in the hospital as they tried to bring that number down. And yeah, so basically it was just like this moment of kind of crisis. It was very traumatic and all of that. But then at the same time, that whole situation was really the catalyst to what happened over the last year.
Yeah.
That was such a positive change for us. And so that's what we want to just tell you about today.
Yeah. So we got Corey home from the hospital and we were sitting, it was during COVID. So we were having our follow-up appointment with the doctor. And we were sitting in chairs just like this, talking to a screen. And I will never forget the moment that the doctor said, so you're giving yourself 4 insulin shots in the belly a day. You're taking all this medicine. You're going to have to do this whole diet. And so you better get used to it because you're going to be doing it for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And I just remember that did not sit well with me. And as soon as we hung up that call, I remember that we looked at each other and we said, that's not going to happen. And so we really didn't know what needed to happen. So I remember that we just kind of grabbed hands and we just prayed right then. And we were just like, God, we don't know what to do, but we know that you know.
It's kind of like that. If you'll show us what to do, we'll do it kind of a moment because, the doctor said, this is what you're going to be doing the rest of your life. And I remember saying to you that, I don't know if I've done too much damage to my body, to my health, to be able to reverse any of this, but we have to at least try. Like I have to at least do something. And again, you're right. Like we didn't know what to do, but we knew that we had to do something. And so it was just a few weeks later when some friends introduced us to the plan that we ended up doing. And so you can tell a little bit about that.
So we ended up on this last minute trip on Memorial Day with some great friends and they were all on the plan and introduced us to it. And so we were like, okay, God, this must be it. So we ordered our boxes. We got them in on May 29th and went all in with the plan on May 30th. I went all in on the plan.
I was going to say.
On May 30th.
You went all in and I went in skeptical. So on one hand, I've got the doctor saying you've got to eat 5 or 6 times a day. This is the only way that you can help yourself, kind of a thing. And so the friends that introduced us to this plan probably didn't even know it, but the plan they introduced us to was eating 6 times a day. And so I'm like, okay, well, maybe this is God saying like, this is what you need to do. But even at that, I just didn't know if it was going to work. I didn't know if I could stick to it. And so I went in very skeptical, kind of like, hey, if this doesn't work, like you can have the rest of my food if I only do this for a couple of weeks. But within a couple of weeks, like I felt so much better and the changes were already starting to happen. Like almost immediately, probably within the first week, my doctor started lowering my insulin. And then within 1 month of doing this plan, he took me completely off of insulin and metformin. And he didn't go so far at that point to say you no longer have diabetes, but that was going to come later.
Yeah. So within the first 7 months of being on the plan, Corey shed 100 pounds. And I also lost 80 pounds. So here we are 7-8 months later, and we've lost the weight of our 18-year-old son. Feeling great,
that was probably things. The weight loss in the end of it, like the weight loss was important, but the real win was feeling better, the health benefits that came as a result of it. Like the weight loss was something, but it was really so much more than that. And that's why like I have no problem saying to someone like this what we've done has completely changed our lives. We're not the same people we were sitting here a year ago, kind of defeated, without a plan, without any hope, health issues coming out, just everywhere. And so yeah, I mean, this has been life-changing in a real tangible way.
Yeah, and for me, I really didn't have health issues more than just being overweight. But I did feel terrible every day, and I didn't have any energy. And so until I knew what it felt like to feel good, I didn't know I was missing out on anything. But we have this great quality of life now, and for me, through my life, I'd had 3 babies and lost the weight pretty much each time. But I'm more of the emotional eater. Like, I eat when we're going through rough times and just kind of my go-to. And so what I also love about this plan is not just the nutrition, but the education that we've received, just in how to self-reflect and why do we do what we do, and strategies on how to change our lives. And so it's really, really neat to say, look, okay, we're 180 pounds lighter, but we're different people.
Yeah. So again, I don't think that it's necessarily like, I don't want to downplay the weight loss because that's a big part, but like, when I started this plan, I probably cut the amount of calories I was eating in a day drastically, but the amount of nutrition that I was getting in a day went up by 10 times. And so like, it wasn't just this hasn't been just a weight loss journey. This has really been like, how do you get healthy journey? Because, a lot of us want to be thinner. I don't know that that's enough motivation. Like, being healthy has been a great motivator. And honestly, like, we're a year in now, and we're just at the beginning of, I think, what this is going to look like for us. So I feel like we're kind of at the end of phase 1, and we're really stepping into phase 2, where we're exercising and, doing some other things that we really didn't do over the year that we lost the weight. We just followed the plan.
Yeah. And, I just wanted to mention, so now we're not where we want to be long term. We're still on our path to our optimal health in all different kinds of ways. So, we weren't dealing with our health. We weren't seeing our checkups at our doctor. We weren't going to the chiropractor, doing the things that we need to do for our optimal health. And so tell them what the chiropractor told you.
Yeah, so just a couple of days ago, actually, a chiropractor that I saw, and I was telling him about kind of the health journey that I've been on, and he said, you've easily added 5 to 7 years to your life by the changes you've made so far. And honestly, I think it's way more than that, because I think I was on a downward spiral toward something really bad happening. But yeah, he said, just all in all, the changes you've made have added time to your life. And again, I just want to say, like, this has been so life-changing for us. That's why we're telling you the story today. So thank you even for hanging in there for the last few minutes. But just a couple of other things I wanted to say was that one of the most beautiful things I think about this journey, because this has been so life-changing for us, you've started introducing people to this plan and kind of coaching them through this process. And that's been one of the great joys, I think, for you and for me, is just seeing other people kind of come along in the process and have equally or sometimes even better results than we had. Again, not just from a weight loss standpoint, but just from a quality of life standpoint.
I would love to help you. I would absolutely love to help you. If you feel stuck, if you feel uncomfortable in your own skin, if you feel helpless, if the doctors are telling you some really scary things, wherever you are, I would love to help you.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in, kind of checking this out. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.